So South Africa was floated, Italy, his home country, and India. And on fact finding, he found out that India is much cheaper. So he did assist us with some resources from friends, and the kid went to India in December 2013. It took 2 months there, came back in 2014 for what was described as definitive repair of recto-urethral fistula. So from the time he came back from India, he's never been to hospital, actually. Now, that which remains is just that dribbling. He still dribbles urine, especially when he's upright, when he's walking, when he laughs, coughs, and also the fact that his male organ has not been in use, regular use for all that time. He was passing urine through both ends, and much of the urine actually was coming from the rear end instead of the front end. So his organ had not developed strongly, maybe the nerves and all that. So he currently needs a hormone injection for that, hormone evaluation and injection, and also to stop the urine leaking, which he has until now, and he's just done his class 8. So that's the problem he has. It has been a challenge to him because naturally he's a quiet boy. Now, what I've never known whether that is his trait or how the situation he found himself into, because he was like overprotected. See, we used to have curious relatives who would come asking funny questions, and kids don't forget. So it will take some time like this. This time a relative asked me, if this was my kid, I would have done away with the kid a long time ago, and it's from a very close friend. So ever since, as a family, we decided to keep him away from anything unnecessary, maybe a relative or what. If my parents were there, it would be fine, but since both the grandparents are not there, no, akakuwa mtoto wa nyumba, and he's been that way. Apart from his siblings, or maybe those people who heard about it, but actually many people cannot tell the difference who amongst the boys has that problem, because they are ever together. And if it's clothed, you cannot know. It is only us and a few of his teachers. We went and talked to the school administration, his class teacher, to ensure that especially during break time, he gives him time to go and change his diapers, or latest is at lunchtime. So they used to give him some time either to go to the staff room where he could get privacy, because previously he could go to the toilet and other boys, and it turned out not very good, and even nearly refused to go back to that school. But eventually he used to ask questions, why am I this way? So you see, at times you laugh it off and say, no, I'll explain to you later. But as he grew up, you have to tell him, you are this way, but you are going to be well. But he has not taken it very badly, I may say, because he's one guy who will tell that there's nothing I can do about it. So if there's nothing I can change about it, I just have to live with it. But we are very close, so I occasionally ask, how far have you gone with my treatment? Because I can't go to secondary this way. That one, so even now, that's a conversation that we really take 2 days. How far have you gone? But I know failure is there, but I've not given up. And I've done everything I think I can. And I also hope that I know people have problems everywhere, but for the sake of this boy, I will not shy away from asking for help from anyone who would bother to listen and know that this boy would wish to grow like any other teenager, interact with his fellow teenagers, be naughty as any other teenager, so that you do other things when the age allows. But with him, it has made him to be a very reserved person, that I must say. Be it in school, how he does his things. He's always in the house. He doesn't want to go out that much, because he'll tell you today that, you see, urine smells. So I would not want somebody looking at me awkwardly. Actually, there are certain school trips we had to cancel. The rest of the kids went, but he couldn't because of that inconvenience.